Okay, well this is one of my boxes that I brought here with a queen cell in from Heavingham, from one of my survivor queens. Basically I split the hive up and put the queen in a new location and then left the bees to make some queen cells. And one of the queen cells I put in this box and brought here, along with a few frames and bees. So rather than take them back, which is what I was going to do, I think I'm now going to put them in this box because it's too hot, they're too full, and there's not much time anyway. Here we go. Right, one queen marked blue. No, possibly shouldn't be marked blue. She's laying eggs already, again, because she's a swarm queen. But it's quite late in the year, and we've got to mark her with something if we're going to mark her. So we just have to earmark this hive that is having a swarm queen.
Are the workers sort of like stimulating it to lay
Workers always attend the queen. They have half a dozen workers around all the time, and they take pheromones from her and take those through the hive. They'd like to clean off that blue, but hopefully it's dry enough that they're not going to be able to. And of course they feed her as well. Right, so we want to get that frame back in the box without damaging her. Right, so that new box, the bees were put in this brood box. It was quite full. I'm thinking they needed to move. The swarm that was in this box I saw the other day, beginning to get set up, is now in a regular brood box, and the queen's been marked. This is a bait box, that's a bait box. This is spare supers, Simon supers. This hasn't been touched. That hasn't been touched. I've got bored with waiting for bees to move into Adam's hive, so I've moved the frames out of this box into there. Oh, I will take the queen excluder, the mouse guard off. Right, mouse guard off, entrance open. So there are 6 frames now in the middle of that brood box with the laying queen. That's it for today. It's nearly 10 o'clock at night. I've locked that up. 2 bees have just come back after I've locked it up in the last 2 minutes. So it's amazing, isn't it? If I unlock it, they'll all come out. Here we are at Howard's farm again. Thursday the 26th of June, and things are quietly buzzing by the looks of things. This one probably has a laying queen by now. We'll see pollen going in first though before we get too excited about it. I'm taking this box from the yard down the bottom of the apiary here, and then I'll undo it. And this hive I'm going to deal with today. Take out the my old frames and put the last 2 new frames in there. I put this little box here because next to this empty hive, so that I can eventually, if I want to, put them in there once we're sure we've got a laying queen. And this hive of course will go eventually, one day. Right, well, my feed is empty as I expected, so that's 2 lots of feed being taken down. So they've probably, well, let's have a look, see what they've done on those new frames. Lots of bees. Lots of bees. So let's get those 3 outside those 3 old frames out. Let's get an outside frame up first. The outside frame is fully drawn out, getting filled up with sugar and honey, I expect now as well. So I can see there's brood on that next frame, so that's not an issue. Let's get the old ones out. Right, the queen is on one of the old frames, so I'm going to pop her, flick her down. It's probably on the other side of the frame now, but there's no need to take that frame out to see how well it's been laid up. I popped the queen down between those 2 frames, so she's back in there. Just got to put these frames in now. Right, 11 brand new frames, 1 laying queen seen, plenty of brood in there, plenty of food in there. So yeah, these are ready to go. I just need the nod from the buyer. Oh. One very badly marked queen. I'm just letting that paint dry. They will clean it off her body, I'm sure. I'll try and clean it off her thorax as well, but oh girl, I'm getting too old to see one end of a queen from the other. You can feel it drying. There she goes. Go on the other side. There she goes. And down. Yeah, down there. That's it. Well, not a very good marking job, but at least she is marked and she's walking all right. Alright, well, I think that's quite a good box of bees here. All of the frames are drawn out except the last 2, and I don't think it'll take very long for them to draw those out. Plenty of stores, plenty of brood, laying queen, survivor queen, queen that survived last winter without being treated. So hopefully they'll go on and do more great things. daughter in this one is doing okay as well. There's quite a lot of brood in there, and the queen, now marked, messily marked, will be easier to find in future. And yeah, they're building up quite well. Another month or two and they could be quite a strong colony in there. So this queen is one of the two that survived here through the winter. Has got 3 daughters. One daughter in there and 2 daughters out in the woods that I dealt with yesterday, put into a brood box yesterday. So 3 daughters for next year, or possibly for later this year if they build up strong enough. Something's not right with this hive. Should be more bees coming and going than that. Well, it's left with queens. Oh, there's a wasp. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I think this hive has failed. That was a wasp went in there. If it was doing all right, it wouldn't allow wasps in. Another one. Oh, I think this has had it. Oh, what a shame. Let's have a look. 3 queen cells that didn't open there. The hive is absolutely empty. See what else is in there to see. Oh, that looked as though it hatched a queen, that queen cell, and I think I've just knocked it, but this one has as well, I think. Oh, there's nothing on the floor to talk of. I mean, it's not sparkling clean, but it's not exactly filthy. So, and there are no dead bees. So these bees have, well, they've absconded basically. They've got themselves a new queen, and they've said we don't like it here, and they've gone somewhere else. Who knows where? So we've now got an empty box. Right. Well, that could prove useful. This box is quite busy, and I have seen a fair amount of pollen going in. So this is another Langstroth box. It might be worth having a look in that one to see what's going on. Maybe the better box should be used for a laying queen rather than this one. Well, I'm not going to deal with this one now. Too many of these frames have been national frames modified to fit in the Langstroth box. There's only 2 Langstroth frames in here. Now, it looks as though it's okay, and it looks as though it could well have laying queen. When the wax is white like this, it's an indication that the queen's laying. It's quite a good sign, I find, that if you see that, and you want to check for a laying queen, and here too, this is quite nice new wax. So I will actually pull this to bits later on and put it into that other box, but I don't think I'm going to do it today, because it's going to have to do something with all of these national frames. Right, let's have a look in this box. The entrance doesn't look particularly encouraging. Let's see. And there's the queen, and I think she's just started laying. So, yeah. Right, well, I'm going to get the rest of these bees into this brood box, and that'll give them some space. They didn't have much space in that new box. It was all taken up with stores. Alright, well, that's got the frames moved over from the poly box into the brood box. I can put a queen excluder on, and well, hopefully in a few weeks' time we'll see that there's plenty of brood. We've got to see now how well the queen can lay. This entrance block has got 3 entrances, but I'm going to block at least one of them up. As there are wasps around already, we want to help the bees keep the wasps out. In fact, I think I'll block both of the outside ones up and leave just the smaller one in the middle open. Entrance box a bit loose, but there you are. Look, there's a wasp wanting to get in there, and it managed to. It did. So I think it's quite important. It's a bit loose, that entrance block. Right, well, that might help a bit once the bees get properly established. They'll probably be able to defend that quite well. And of course eventually the grass will just come out, but that bit of foam will stay there. In fact, they'll propolize it in. Well, this colony seems to have got itself established now, built up. I'm going to put a queen excluder on and a super on. That's it for here today. There's a job to do on those Langstroth frames. Probably put them into that box down there, so bring the box up here, transfer the frames. And that box has still got bees going in and out. Never found a queen or any sign of a laying queen in there. Oh, pollen going in. There might be a laying queen in there now. Pollen going in this little corner here. Oh well, leave it a while longer and have another look. This one is another one of my pedigree hives, so this one's was left to make a queen when I split the daughter of the chook swan, and I split her off a few weeks ago, so leave it a little while and hopefully this one will have a laying queen as well. Right.